Okay, so we have our session chair with us. So let's start with today's session. Good morning, Himlata ma'am.
Good morning.
Hello and good morning to all of you, dear authors and all the invited guests. A very warm welcome to the technical session 7C. Myself Yashita, and I'll be your moderator for this session. I'll be making sure that everything runs smoothly. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation and GR Scholastic LLP, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the 11th International Conference on Information and Communication Technology for Intelligent Systems, which is ICTIS 2026. So, the 11th edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event will be held today in Bangkok, while the virtual sessions are being conducted via Zoom from 9th to 11th April 2026, where people from all over India as well as many from other countries are present with us. I hope you all enjoy today's insightful, knowledgeable, and interactive sessions. So, in this session, we will be having 10 presentations altogether. Each presenter will be given 10 minutes for presentation, followed by 2 to 3 minutes for question and answers. I will give a gentle reminder at the 9-minute mark for every presentation just to help everyone stay on track. So, also a small request to all the participants, please stay connected with us till the closing remarks. We promise it will be worth it. So, if you have any queries or updates, feel free to drop them in the chat box anytime. So, before we begin, I would like to introduce you all to our esteemed session chair, Dr. Hemlata Vivek Gaikwad, who is an associate professor at Symbiosis Institute of Management Studies. Uh, India. Her academic and research interests focus on leadership development, diversity and inclusion, behavioral sciences, and change management. So, Hemlata ma'am, would you like to give a quick welcome remark for today's session?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Yashita. And thank you, GR Stolistics, and the conference organizers for inviting me and giving me the opportunity. And I think I welcome all the participants, the paper presenters, and I really hope that the knowledge which we will generate through the discussions and presentations will be worth for everyone. So and one more request, like I think somebody had given the text that there were 12 minutes. So as we have just 10 minutes, so it will be better if everyone is introduction, just like maybe a minute or so. If you can focus on your objectives, methods, findings, and recommendations. So if you go by this, I think we'll be able to complete in 10 minutes. And as Yashita told, then we will be having 2 minutes for Q&A.
Yeah,
And
and also not only the session chair, but anyone else from the participants, anybody, if you have any questions on the presentations, you can ask because as it is in the online mode, we have to make it as interactive as it is possible.
yeah,
Yeah, so
so I wish everyone all the best. And I think, Yashita, now we can start with the
okay,
presentations.
sure. So for today's first presenter is Ishita Rajarshi, who will be presenting her paper titled as AI-powered augmented reality system for real-scale furniture visualization and decor guidance. So Ishita, are you there in the meeting?
Yes,
Yes. So you can start with your presentation.
yes. Can you see my screen?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay.
You can start.
Okay. So, hello, I'm Ishida Rajarshi, and today I will be presenting our work on AI-powered augmented reality system for real-scale furniture virtualization and decor guidance, also known as Stylo Room. As we know, traditional design methods lack many features like accurate placement, real-time virtualization, and personalization. Users often purchase furniture that doesn't fit their space, leading to wastage of time, cost, and energy. To address this, we propose Stylo Room, an AI-powered, AR-based interior design assistant that enables users to virtualize furniture directly into their space with smarter recommendations. Objectives. Our system mainly focus on enabling real-scale 3D virtualization using AR, providing AI recommendations for styles, size, and color, and also bridging the gap between conceptual design and real-world implementation. After thorough research of existing solutions, we observed that AR improves spatial understanding and user interaction, whereas AI enables automation and personalization in design. But most of the solutions focus on either of the uh, aspects and not both of them, highlighting a gap in the systems. From an analysis, we identified there is limited real-time AR visualization, inaccurate furniture placement, lack of personalization, and weakness in intelligent system integration, which directly impacts user confidence and decision-making process. Architecture diagram. Our system consists of 5 main steps: user interface, AR processing, AI engine, backend database, and virtualization output. Using Stylo Room, the user can scan its own space using AR through their devices. The system detects the whole scene and lets the users virtualize the environment in the real time. Now, AI analyzes it and recommends different styles, colors, etc. to the user. Methodology. The workflow of the system is as follows. The user scans the space through their devices, selects the preferences of their choice, then keeping those preferences in mind, AI analyzes the space and recommends it to the user. Finally, the furniture is placed in the real-time AR for interaction. We have used different systems. We have used different techniques like AR Core or AR Kit with SLAM for capturing the environment and building a spatial map. We have used RANSAC for plane detection, machine learning models for recommendation, and Unity Hub for AR rendering. The system result analysis. The system successfully integrate AR and AI, leading to having accurate objects placed using AR technology and having recommendations using AI. This leads to an improved system with reduced mismatch errors and better accuracy. Advantages. The system has many advantages such as real-time virtualization, accurate placement, personalized recommendations, improves user confidence and decision making, etc. However, there are some disadvantages such as high device dependency, battery consumption, internet dependency, limited data quality, initial development complexity, etc. This system can be applied in home interior design, e-commerce platforms, and real estate industry, and even in education. In the future, we aim to enhance the system with better user experience in light and shadow simulation, collaboration, generative AI design, and many more, transferring it into a complete design ecosystem. To conclude, I would like to say our system, Styler Room, successfully integrates AI and AR to transfer interior design, enabling 3D virtualization and, and intelligent recommendations, making it user friendly and saving time, cost, and energy of the user. Thank you.
Okay, so ma'am, do you have any questions for her?
Any questions from the audience? Other participants?
Come on, you have to ask questions if you have any. No, I think they don't have any questions.
All right. Uh, mm, Ishita, can you tell me, like, how did you identify this problem? Like, you've designed this stylo room.
Yes,
So,
ma'am. Actually, I had uh, gone through a research of knowing some apps and I had checked about them, but they didn't had the solution that our system had. So I thought it is a need that we have the solution because users can face these issues a lot. I have faced it once about it. So I thought the solution and the system stylo room of us could be useful for this.
all right. And there are, you must have seen that all the real estate people are having these kind of AR, VR technologies. So, can you mention any 2 points about how the system which you have designed is different from the others which are already available in the market?
So in our system, I mean, in traditional design methods, even in the apps that like IKEA or IKEA has their own app, but in that app you can see only AR feature is used, not AI feature. So most of the I've seen that only one feature is used, another feature is mostly not used or is it is not integrated in it. So in our system, it is like when the user scans its own space, you can like scan the place, and then it asks a small questionnaire that which type of uh, modern style or boho style you want, and then it can the user can uh,
All right, all right. Thank you. I think
yes.
that's all from my side.
Okay.
I must say, a very good effort, because this is what is needed by people now.
Yes, that's why I wanted to do this because it is a need right now in this world. And it would be
Yes.
helpful for everyone in the field, like for architecture people or even for interior designers as well.
All right.
So the AI
Thank
which,
you.
sorry, I had one question. The AI which you have used, that is, you have trained on your own, or like some open source AI, or you have used?
We are using open AP open AI, sorry.
Mhm. Okay. So basically, it will answer questions. Means if we want to design any, for example, a university, if you want to design, so it will help in that also, right? Or it will just it is just used in some specific domains or something.
No, you can use it in your home as like you want to scan your room and then you want to change into some different design or something. You can do that.
Okay, and is it live?
Yes, almost. Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you so much, Ashik.
Thank you.
So our next presenter is Ayana Chan Mao, who will be presenting her paper titled as Assessing the Adoption of Online Proctoring Solutions at the National University of Samoa, a diffusion of innovative perspective. Are you there, Ayana, in the meeting?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. Are
Good
you
afternoon,
ready?
everyone. Yes, I will share my screen in a minute.
Yes, I'll stop sharing. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, can everyone see my screen?
Yes, it is visible. You can start.
All right. So, good morning and good afternoon. Today, I'm presenting work from the National University of Samoa on adopting online proctoring systems for secure online examinations, titled Assessing the Adoption of Online Proctoring Solutions at NUS, a diffusion of innovation perspective. Now, in one sentence, in a nutshell, we tried two online proctoring systems, Integrity Advocate and Proctorial, in both lab and home exam settings, and evaluated their adaptability using Rogers' diffusion of innovation framework. The key takeaway is that adoption signals were strongly positive across all 5 diffusion constructs, with only a small number of statistically significant differences between proctoring tools or modes. Context and motivation. Now, the COVID-19 lockdown forced a rapid shift to emergency remote teaching and learning. At NUS, teaching moved online relatively smoothly using Moodle, but assessment quickly became the bottleneck, particularly for high-stakes exams and academic integrity. The technical challenge we faced was this: how do we preserve exam integrity under constrained bandwidth and mixed student device access while integrating with our learner management system, which is Moodle, and managing privacy risk? Online proctoring systems became a plausible, resilient solution, not only for emergencies, but for future-proofing assessment delivery. Research aim. Now, the broader research program had a single guiding question: what are feasible online proctoring options for offering online exams at the uni? This was addressed through a 4-phase studies. For this presentation, I'm focusing only on phase 4, where we examine feasibility from an adopter perspective, that is, students and lecturers. The objectives here were to trial 2 shortlisted systems, evaluate adoption using a diffusion framework, and derive realistic implementation recommendations for a small institution in a developing context. The theoretical framework. We evaluated adoption using Rogers' diffusion of innovation theory, which breaks adoption intent into 5 constructs: relative advantage, compatibility, ease of use, trialability, and observability. We operationalize these contracts using a Likert scale survey items, allowing us to quantify adoption perceptions in a structured and validated way. Methodology. Methodologically, the full study consisted of 4 phases. Initially, the 3 phases. Phase 1 was a desk research. Phase 2 was criterion-based, where we did shortlisting from 5 proctoring tools to 2. Phase 3 provided deeper technical review of the selected 2. And then finally, the phase 4, which were the trials. In phase 4, we trialed Integrity Advocate and Proctorial in 2 exam modes: supervised lab exams and at-home exams. Importantly, the goal was not simply to rank tools, but to test the adaptability under real institutional constraints and inform an achievable implementation pathway. Participants and design, with participants drawn from a purposive sample of 4 classes across different disciplines to improve representativeness. In total, collected 474 student observations across proctoring tools and modes. The design was mixed factorial, which consisted of between subject comparisons by exam mode within each proctoring tool and within subjects paired comparisons, which was enabled through the counterbalancing. Analysis combined descriptive statistics with independent samples and paired samples t-tests with significance set as p.05. Key findings on adoption. Well, first, findings showed the instrument quality was excellent with an overall Cronbach alpha of 0.975, indicating very high reliability. Across both proctoring tools and both exam modes, the mean ratings for all 5 diffusion constructs were consistently above the midpoint, indicating strong positive adoption perceptions. Importantly, most comparisons showed no significant differences by proctoring tool, by exam mode, or by gender, thus suggesting adoption was robust across all these contexts. Comparisons now between integrity advocates and proctorial. Now, where differences did emerge between the two proctoring systems, proctorial scored statistically higher on a small number of items, particularly around flexibility, ease of exit, and some observability and trialability measures. Feature analysis helps explain this, as proctorial has a broader feature set, while integrity advocate is simpler and more streamlined. Now, the practical interpretation of this is that both systems are adoptable, but they suit different stages of institutional maturity. Student and lecturer feedback. Now, from the qualitative feedback from our survey, which adds important context to the findings, participants valued flexibility, fairness, and deterrence of cheating, particularly during lockdown conditions, and also noted improved digital skills. Concerns, however, centered on privacy and surveillance discomfort, verification friction, issues with in verifications, restricted movement during exams, and infrastructure limitations. Quantitatively, privacy concern was higher for integrity advocate home exams compared with lab exams, while proctorial showed no significant difference between home and lab. Recommendations. Our recommendations are deliberately implementation focused. First, we need to start, the first recommendation is we start with integrity advocate to minimize early adoption friction. Then second, as institutional maturity increases, plan a transition pathway to proctorial to leverage its broader capabilities and features. Third, develop a clear online proctoring policy and privacy safeguards. Fourth, invest in staff and student training to support sustainable adoption. Implications. The broader implication for this study is that online proctoring adoption can be high even in bandwidth-constrained developing country contexts such as Samoa, provided integration and training are handled well. The study also highlights key technical selection criteria, which we mostly implemented in the first 3 phases. The integration with Moodle, which was our LMS, low bandwidth support, accessibility, so whether it can work on mobile phones, privacy controls, and verification workload. These criteria should inform policy development and ongoing evaluation, not just the initial procurement. In conclusion, to conclude, the phase 4 results indicate that online proctoring is feasible at the National University of Samoa, with strong adoption perceptions across all diffusion constructs for both proctoring tools and both exam modes. Online proctoring supports continuity during disruptions. The central takeaway is a phased adoption strategy that we start with low friction, build governance and training capacity, monitor privacy and infrastructure risks, and reevaluate as technologies evolve. And on this note, I end my presentation. Thank you for your attention.
So anybody any questions for her? Okay. Ma'am, you can go ahead with your questions.
Yeah. Thank you, Ayana, for your presentation. And can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. Uh, you have designed this proctoring solution, and as you said that it is for your university. So I just wanted to know, because if you are designing a system for your university, has to be a forced adoption. And whereas diffusion of innovation, which you have seen, it is for an organic adoption of any innovation which you have done. So how have you linked this diffusion of innovation in this case? Because if you are designing a system for your university, everyone has no choice but to, like in COVID also, we had to adopt online.
Yes,
So, how are
yes.
we, like, maybe have you adapted the diffusion of innovation theory in some way to for your research?
All right. So I the way I see it, see, the diffusion of innovation was a framework that we use to evaluate the uptake. Right now, we are looking at what options that we have. So what we did is we went through, like, there were like 5 different systems. We talked to the manufacturers, we trialed these 5, and then we shortlisted to 2. We took it through a rubric, and it had to be good for third world countries like us, very low bandwidth. It had to be integrated with our open source, with Moodle, and it had to work on a mobile. It had to be mobile friendly. So for us, the diffusion of innovation was actually us looking at how the acceptance and the adoption, and in my opinion, we can still use that in terms of the adoption. Yeah, I know you're saying it's post adoption, but in this case, we are trialing, and we were trialing these 2, because these were the 2 that when we did the review, whether it was technical, and we narrowed it down to these 2, and then we took it through to the students and the lecturers. I'm not sure whether I'm answering your question, but at this point in time, um, we are waiting for, what we did is, by looking at these 2, and we found out that the we it's better to use the simpler one first, and then as we mature, and as we use the online proctoring systems more, then we can then mature, use the more complex version, which is proctorial. And of course, as we said, we are constantly monitoring, because we have those issues that the students and the staff are brought up. Staff didn't like the fact that there's a lot of monitoring that they had to do. Students they didn't like the feel of being monitored, and they had to be within a certain frame, otherwise they will be disqualified. um you know so there were a lot of issues, and the privacy issues, verification issues. So these things we are still monitoring as we go through. So we might, we're still evolving as we go. But this is the initial trials that we have. We absolutely need it because we're worried that we're going to go into another lockdown, especially with the oil crisis as it is. So I'm not sure whether I'm answering your question, but that's
Yeah,
basically
because what
yes.
I feel it could be, maybe you can give it a thought. It can be like assessing the adoption is okay, but with diffusion of innovation perspective, because if innovation is when something new comes in the market or maybe in an organization and how people are adopting it. Now here you are telling that they have to, because anyone has to adopt, so you are
Yes,
comparing two systems maybe.
yes,
So you can
but
just
it
check
might
whether
not be
this
innovation. It
it is
might
in.
not be innovation for some people, but for us, it's innovation. In the third, you'll find that most people here have never heard of online proctoring before. So
Yeah.
for us,
No, no,
it is innovation.
it is an innovation, but diffusion of innovation is like some people adopt early. So you can just check because this is what I felt. So you can cross
Yeah.
check it and go ahead with it.
Yes.
Yeah. And just one
Yeah.
more
Thank you.
question.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more. Like you said, you collected qualitative data as well from students and faculties.
Yes.
Yes.
And,
So
and
how?
I think
Yes, yes.
those were the responses. They were not comfortable with being monitored. You know, the surveillance, they did not like that. There were things they didn't like. The fact that they had to sit within a certain, that frame, and then if you move away, and then you're disqualified. So those were and the privacy issues, and they also for teachers, they didn't like the fact that it's extra work for them. Um, yeah.
All right. And you
So
had
those
taken
were
for
the main.
around 474 students.
Yes.
So how did you identify them? What is the university strength of like student strength?
So okay. So we took, because we have several disciplines. So we looked at the classes which had, or there are certain classes or programs, courses which have a
Hello?
Ayana, you are not audible. There is some issue with your video and audio both. Mm,
All right. Yashita, I think then we
yes,
can go ahead with the next presentation.
yes. So, next we have with us Syamas Pinasthika Syarbini to present his research work titled as Collaborative Intelligence in Digital Design, a phenomenological study of human AI interaction with generative design ecosystems. So, are you there in the meeting?
Yes, I'm
Yes.
present.
Yes. So, I think Ivan is back. Yes. So, we'll keep your answer for later, and you can start with presenting scammers.
Okay. Thank you. I will send the request for share the screen first. Okay, thank you for the chance. Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Syamas Pinastika Syarbini, but you can call me with Syam. And then my co-author is Mr. Irmawan Rahyadi, Mr. Muhammad Aras, and Mr. Lamani. I came from Binus University Communication Faculty. And in this day, I will to share about my research with the title Collaborate Intelligence in Digital Design and a Phenomenology Study of Human AI Interaction within Generative Design Ecosystem. So my focus is about Canva design app and human interaction with the Canva AI features. And I hope you guys use Canva for design maybe, or for create some deck, because it's Canva most powerful. And then I have 3 points focused to the introduction. The first is phenomenon and urgency. AI rapidly transform creative practice and design and visual communication. And the human AI integration collaborate a process between human or user with the AI, and then prompting and the result about the visualization. The platform like Canva AI reduce a technical barrier without prompt, without more effort, but you can get the great result. And the second, research gap. Previous study mainly focus on efficiency, functionality, and technical performance. Limited research explore subjective and life experience. Few studies explain how user negotiated creative control. Because AI have a weakness, but with the human touch, you can create the better result. And then third is a research focus. This study position is about Canva AI as a collaborative creative partner, not just tools or software, but the collaborative creative partner. It explore woman creator experience. Yes, I'm focused to the woman creator experience. Why? Because the global user majority is came from the female user. So I focus to the woman creator experience. And then it's I'm understanding creativity, meaning making, and the professional positioning, not just using and okay, I just using Canva. No, we research, we do research about the more than this. And then the research question, you guys can see my site. The first is how to woman Canva use can how women use Canva AI in creating social media content. And then woman experience, how do women experience erase and challenge when design content with Canva AI? How do women construct and representative visual identity? And how do women reflect on the use Canva AI in shaping their self-presentation? And then research objection is to examine how women use Canva AI. And the second is to explore creativity process experience. And the third, to understand women's experience in navigating erase and challenge in AI assistant design. And to analyze how women construct and express visual identity. And the last, to understand how women reflect on Canva AI in shaping their self-presentation. And the theoretical framework, what I use, the big theory is I use 4 theory. It is from the first is about affordance theory by Ian Huxley. Is the concept talking about technology is not neutral. Affordance refers to the relationship between technology features and user. Yes, it is what we focus about this journal, between Canva and the human interaction, especially as woman user. So relevancy is Canva AI feature shape user interaction and guide creativity practice throughout the possibility provided by the system. And secondly, because we talking about the majority Canva user as woman, we will use the theory of gender performative theory by Judith Butler. Yes, the concept talking about the gender performative or what they doing contrast throughout representative action there then being the trait. Relevance with our research is talking about the design practice act as a performative expression throughout which women constructs and express their identity visual in Canva AI. And the third theory is human AI collaborative and reflecting agency. It's talking about AI function as collaborative system that support creative exploration rather than replacing human roles. And the last is self-presentation and digital identity by Irving Goffman. We know Irving Goffman is very famous about this theory. So the concept is identity format to have a performative and then process between backstage and frontstage. What the mean backstage and the frontstage is talking about backstage is the process. They create something in AI, and the front stage is what they share after they create with Canva AI and some prompting maybe. So after this, they will upload and what they reflect about their content to share in social media. So the conceptual framework is the input, process, action, and output. In the input, intelligence system, affordance, Canva AI, dialogical human AI interaction, reflexive agency, and curation. And the last output is platform distribution as the social media. So research method, what we will use, we can use a paradigm and research approach. The focusing in the woman lived experience in interaction with the Canva AI. And then the research subjective is 7 women aged between 22 and 35 who active use Canva. If we found the woman without this specification, so we can continue to the research subjective. So we very selective to be the research subject, and our resource is 7 women in our journal. So the method is we use the IPA, interpretative phenomenological analysis, because it's a very useful from Mr. Smith. And then data collection, we are collect throughout in-depth interview. Yes, we are interview the seven women, and then digital observation, what they share to the social media like Instagram content and documentation, their process. So the research finding map is transformative journey from initial curiosity and effective response toward creativity control, self-expression, and the formation of identity within digital creativity ecosystem. The first, initial exploration and response to AI, creative control, algorithm, and affordance, self-contraction, and then authentic expression, gender performative in creative practice, and social and economic meaning. So what we got, the result is phenomenological terms in human AI interaction. The term is intelligence system affordance. It is number of our experience. Yes, you know, we have 7 women from interview. Experience focus lowering technical barrier and enable access, because the majority is like businesswoman and then housewife, you know. The penological interpretation is AI experience as a source of technology safety, reduce the anxiety, and enabling creativity exploration. Because yes, we know maybe they are the housewife, maybe they are have the like imposter syndrome, maybe. So the AI is very safe area to create something. And then the reflection agency, interactive prompting and active refinement. Yes, interaction become dialogical. Yes, like you can reply the prompt and then improve the prompt for the more perfectly or improvement the result. You can use the good dialogical negotiator with Canva AI. And then the third, identity and authenticity. Creation a form of self-expression. They are not just accept to all result from AI, but they are negotiation and the powerful, and they are to keep the authenticity is construction throughout human interpretation. And then visibility negotiation, adapting output to platform logic. User modify AI generate content to avoid the robotic feel and maintain engagement with human touch. And then professional positioning is talking about what after they prompt, process, and create the visualization with Canva AI. So they share to the social media, create more confidence, productivity, or social currency. So the result interpretation is about reflecting agency, feminine agency, and socio-economic impact. Because the first is reflecting agency, talking about experimental and description like this. You can see their creativity, create something and design. And then the secondly is feminine agency. Yes, they are generate affordance, enable women to express the process and then feel confidence to share their content to the social media. And then after this is the socio-economic. So if you see the screen, the first is process and adapting. The secondly is there are feel comfortable. There are feel confidence, yes, and then enjoy to use Canva AI. And after this, they can sell the what they want. Like this is the shirt and the outfit. So this is my conclusion and implication. This is my conclusion. Canva AI is space for expression that enable to the emergency of feminine agency. Creativity become relative and active. And this study contribute by framing, collaborating, intelligence as a phenomenological and socionical process in AI assistant creativity practice. And then implication or impact for the academic impact extend for the concept of affordance beyond function and positioning its reflection and relationship process with human and AI interaction. And then it is what the user and what my subjects, the 7 women, they create. And then the last is limitation and future research. The research limitation is focused on verbal narrative from interview and maybe digital platform. And then future research, I hope, yes, the future study may adopt a comparative approach, examine difference between women and men in interpretive technology affordance. And then expand the culture. Maybe for the same example is like Indonesia and Korea, Indonesia and the neighbor country, things like that. And the last for me, Canva is not a replacement for human creativity, but collaborative partner. So this is all for me. Thank you. And I give back to the co-host.
Okay, ma'am, go ahead with your questions.
Thank you, Shyam. You have done a very good study, which aligns with my research areas as well.
Yes,
Okay,
thank you.
Great. So, one question which I wanted to ask was, why didn't you compare with the men, so that you have shared as the future research direction? Because that is required. Now, you collected data from 7 women.
Yes.
So, what was your sampling strategy or
Okay.
sampling method which you used?
Okay. My sampling strategy is about some criteria. The first, we create some like Google form and then Google Form, we use this some question about the gender. Also, is must be a woman. And then secondly, after this, how frequently about using the Canva AI? And then after this, what kind of the Canva AI you use? And then what the process? And after this, what the output? And we got the likes of 40 participants to fill out the form, but we just choose the 7 women because the 7 women is the accept our criteria. This is
And after how many interviews did you reach saturation when you were coding your transcripts? So when
yes.
did saturation come?
Yes, I'm record the okay. I'm interview all the participant. The 7 women is by online, so I record the Zoom, and then after this, I'm convert the Zoom to the transcription. After the transcription, we will analyze how the answer and how the response about our question, and we just the similarity. So in my slide about the results, I grouping the similarity with the number of participant. Yes.
That I've seen. But since we have to continue the interviews till the time no new themes are emerging or no new codes are emerging. So when did that happen? After fifth, sixth, or all 7 interviews, new themes kept on emerging. That is what I was asking.
Okay. I'm sorry. Can you explain again? Cannot.
Like when we do qualitative study,
Yes, qualitative
we
study.
cannot decide that we will take only 7 interviews.
I
It
see.
is, we have to continue taking interviews unless and until when we are coding, no new code emerges. So, did you take that aspect into account, or you took 7 women participants and you interviewed them and then you created your themes?
Yes, because the actually it is focused about the IPA method. So we can I'm not use the quantity of the participant, but we focused about the characteristic and the process about their or participant experience deeply. So we talking about and we do interview one participant is until maybe 40 minutes until 60 minutes because we found it deeply from the
Yes, I
expression.
understand. I understand.
Yes.
So, Shyam, you can do one thing.
Yes.
Maybe later you can go and check what is saturation in
Okay.
qualitative study. And
Okay.
maybe if you will conduct 1 or 2 more interviews, that will give strength to your studies because if we stop at 7,
Ah,
maybe there are some aspects, some characters which have not been captured because you have to
okay.
continue interviewing unless and until there is saturation which is
Okay.
achieved. So you can
Okay.
just check
Okay.
that concept and that will give more value to your study.
No.
And which software
Okay.
did you use for analysis?
Yes, software. Oh, no. I'm not use software analysis. Just the
Okay.
comparing about the interview script.
Okay. So you did it manually.
Manually, yes.
Okay. Great.
Yes.
So very great study. And I think if you can work on saturation of themes, that will make it more like valid because if you want to
Yes.
publish it, this is what reviewers will look into.
Okay,
Okay.
sure.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Sir.
Okay, thank you so much, Sham, for presenting. So, up next, we have with us Maulik Kumar Pandya to present his work titled as Coordinated Control of SVC and TCSC with Renewable Energy Penetration for Voltage Profile Improvement. So, are you here in the meeting, Maulik Kumar? Let me check once. Okay, he's not in the meeting, so we'll move ahead with the next presentation. So next we are having Satyendra Sharma to present his paper titled as Design and Development of an Explainable Transfer Learning and Deep Learning Framework to Address Data Scarcity and Improve Trustworthiness in Liver Cancer Diagnosis. So are you there in the meeting, Sharma sir? No, he's not there. Hmm. Yeah, okay. Or any of his co-host is present? Okay. No one is present, so again we'll move to the next one. Paponsun Ekapun, are you there in the meeting?
Yes.
Yes, so he's here to present his paper titled as Effect of Number of Hotspots PM 2.5 and Other Factors on Economy and Public Health in Chiang Mai. So you can start with your presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, all right. Good morning, Professor, and good morning, everyone. Today, I would like to present my research. Title is Effect of Number of Hotspots, PM 2.5 and Other Factor on Economy and Public Health in Chiang Mai. My name is Papunsan Ekapan, and I am from Thailand. I'm from Faculty of Engineering, Department of Environmental Engineering, Chiang Mai University. Okay, so the Chiang Mai context, the Chiang Mai has a problem about the PM 2.5, so air pollution, and then the geography, winter temperature inversion acts as a lead, trapping biomass burning and vehicle emission within the basin. It's a, it is a big problem in the northern of Thailand. So the data confirm about the uh, hotspot in northern Thailand. Chiang Mai is number one of ranking. And then hotspot concentration, hotspot are heavily concentrated in national reserve forest and conservation forest. Is a core problem. High PM 2.5 concentration frequently exceeds Thailand safety standard during the dry season, especially March to April. So the next objective, the first, to study the effect of the number of hotspot of and PM 2.5 level on the economy and health of the population. The second, to study personal factors that influence perception of the economy, health, and society. And the literature review, the research gap. The many research focus on health and geography prove PM 2.5 cause premature mortality, less respiratory and major economic burden. And then economic sectoral research show reduced agricultural productivity and negative impact on tourism and regional development from seasonal pollution. So the missing link, the research gap, exciting study use single frequency data and isolate health from macroeconomics. The gap, integrating high frequency environmental tracking monthly with low frequency economic outcome quarterly, while factoring in micro level public perception. And next, conceptual framework. The conceptual framework of the research, we has a two dimension. The first dimension, we use the Midas model. We focus about the macroeconomic. We use secondary data about the compare monthly PM2.5 and hotspot data per quarterly gross provincial product GPP. And another dimension, the second mimics model, we focus about the microeconomic. Primary questionnaire data, especially Mueang Chiang Mai district, compare demographic and awareness, perceive health, economic, social impacts. The first methodology we use a mimics model. If you see about the circle in the middle, overall perception of PM2.5 we call latent variable, and the left is a X variable, is a age, income, occupation, hotspot awareness, and government management. So the light you see about the Y variable as is a health impact and economic impact and social impact. The mimics model allow us to quantify how personal characteristics and awareness shape the public perceived impact of air pollution. And the second methodology, we use a MIDAS model, mixed data sampling. The data about the secondary data, PM2.5 data, and hotspot data, these are very high frequency, right? So we use a monthly data. So low frequency, we use a quarterly data is a gross provincial products. We mixed data sampling about the data frequency bridge MIDAS regression filter. So serve the frequency mismatch, integrate high frequency environmental data directly into quarterly economics prediction without rushing short-term fluctuation. The descriptive analysis, we sample size equal 507 Mueang district Chiang Mai, age group 21 to 30 years, maybe 32% occupation, government private employee, maybe 38%, and residency have lived in Chiang Mai for more than 15 years, 32%. The respondents are deeply embedded in the local economy and intimately familiar with Chiang Mai long-term environmental patterns. So the next result of the mimics model, the driver of perception. The perception public of PM2.5, we found hotspot awareness beta equal 0 to 0 point 77. Overwhelming driver perception of pollution severity. The government management, lower perceived government effectiveness, increased perceived impact. The public perception is shaped by received information and education about the problem, not by personal socio-economic status. Social and health impact drive the construct with the strongest factor loadings. The social impact and health impact exhibit slightly stronger loading than economic impact. The result of the MIDAS model, the economics reality, the time we are interesting about the hotspot plus 1% equal plus 0 point 14% quarterly GPP inside agricultural burning create a brave and simultaneous spread in economic activity. So the plus 1% PM2.5 equal minus 0.47% quarterly GDP. The economic cost, health disruption, lost labor, and reduced tourism. This is a big problem in Chiang Mai. Here the economy with a serve delay effect. The synthesis, the economics and environmental paradox. The short-term agricultural plus 0.14% GPP and delay seismic loss minus 0.47% GPP. The short-term economic benefit of seasonal biomass burning are trapped. They provide a minor immediate agricultural boost that is entirely escaped by the delay compounding economic losses caused by toxic air quality. And next conclusion, the social perception public concern about the PM 2.5 is driven by awareness and institutional trust, not by person, income, or age. Information is a key level. So economics reality incorporating mixed frequency data reveal that PM 2.5 pollution acts as a serve delay action drag on gross provincial product GPP. The core conflict, the region suffer from uh, measure, measure incentive structure where seasonal forest and agricultural burning offer localized short-term benefit but creative massive prevents wide long-term costs. And next, policy recommendation, policy action plan. The third are economics, agricultural intervention, break the incentive circle, convert agricultural waste into income generating material rather than burning it. And the second, proactive management, shift from reaction to prevention, implement early intervention, and strengthen coordination during peak burning period, especially March to April before the basin effect trap the smoke. The third, radical transparency, address the mimics model finding by radically improving risk communication, timely, transparent information dissemination is a request to rebuild institutional trust and arise public behavior. Okay, thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor.
Papanson, a very relevant study. And I think it is not a problem in Chiang Mai, it is a problem across globe. Like even in India during the same months, which you say, there is a
Yeah.
huge agricultural waste which is burnt, and especially near the capital city.
Yeah.
So that causes a lot of pollution. As you have written, there is one recommendation which you have given that it should be converted into some income generating material.
Again, please, Professor.
The first recommendation which you have written is that the government should look into the ways by which it can be converted into some income generating material rather than burning it.
I think
So how can you have you any recommendation? How can it be done?
yeah, I think reduce the burn, right? I think it's the first important reduce the burn. I think it's we can no, I'm sorry. I think we need to change about the file to burn waste product, right? About the biomass waste. This is
Mm.
we think cannot to change about the burn. Yeah.
No, so what can be done? Like if you can go back, if you can see your slide, recommendation slide, I'm talking about the first
Okay.
recommendation. So you have told government to do it, but can you suggest how can this be done? Like if you see the
Yeah.
first one, convert
Yeah.
agricultural waste into income generating materials. So how can you have any suggestion? How can it be done?
Yeah, I think the biomass maybe we can do about uh compost, right? Do you know compost?
Yes, vermicompost which you can make.
Yeah.
But these many much of the agricultural waste is not compostable also. That is why they are burning in India specifically. So what can be like if wheat, the roots of wheat that cannot be like it is difficult to remove as well, and it doesn't get decomposed.
Again, please, Professor.
Okay, all right. And secondly, how have you combined like you did a qualitative, this quantitative study also, and you use secondary data also. So how have you combined the findings from both? Because we have given findings separately for the primary data and for secondary data. So is there something which you have taken out collaboratively using both the data? Any findings which have integrated your primary and secondary data?
The data?
Any findings which you have come upon or any recommendations? Because these, if you see these first two recommendations are basically from your secondary data. The third recommendation which you have written is from primary data. Is there any finding or recommendation which integrates? Because otherwise your study remains divided in two methods. So when you're using two methods in a study, you need to integrate them to come up to a common solution or common recommendation. So if not done, you can think over it and work it upon later. So that will give you an added advantage in your study. All right, I think that's all from my side. Thank you, Papinson.
Okay,
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you for presenting. So, up next we are having Arundhati Sarvadnya. Are you there in the meeting?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. So you can start presenting. So she's here to present her paper titled as EthSure, a blockchain-based decentralized framework for transparent life insurance claim management. So I'll stop sharing and start. Wait.
Is it visible?
Yes, it is visible. You can start.
So good morning, everyone. So I'm going to present on EthSure, which is a blockchain-based decentralized framework for transparent life insurance claim management. So these are the contents I will be covering. So firstly, we observed or we identified that the current insurance policy claiming or even policy buying system is slow, manual, and it has so much mistrust among beneficiaries. Also, it has a lot of physical stress as well as mental stress because of delayed claim settlements and etc. Also, we heard about the frauds and forgeries, data tampering in the insurance claiming processes. So we came up with a solution that will solve these problems. So which includes a blockchain, a decentralized platform. We try to integrate it with the SSI's DID. SSI is a self-sovereign identity. We will talk about it later. Then DIDs, VCs, which will handle these problems, the frauds, forgeries, data tampering, etc. And this system able to solve the problem of document handling, tamper-proof records. The transparency is the main thing which we lack in the current insurance system. So this system tries to solve it in an efficient way. So we did almost a literature survey of 15 papers. So in this manner, we actually studied the literature survey. So the research gap, future, sports, etc. And this is the survey. This is the summary of that all literature survey. So we identified that all of these papers are either just conceptual based. There is lack of real world implementation, or they are just implemented and there are some research gaps we identified. So we tried to solve it in our system. So I directly go through the workflow. So the system is built mainly for three roles. First is the company itself, the insurance company. Second is the agent, which we act as an intermediary between the company and the customer. Third is the customer itself. So company, I will explain the workflow in simple way. So first, company registers itself on blockchain. In our system, we for testing and for our ease, we consider a single company for now. But we have that ability that multiple companies can register. So the company is directly registered on the blockchain. The second is agent onboarding. So there is a agent KYC. First, the agent logs through the Web3 auth. The Web3 auth is a service which allows creation of wallet address using some common logins such as Google, Facebook, and all. So agent logs in or sign ups first through Web3 auth, then he performs KYC verification. We used mock KYC API as the actual KYC API was not available. Then the agent fills the form of uploads the documents of mark sheets, the IRDAI exams, that he is an authorized agent, that he has passed the exam. Then the request is sent to the company that some agent has registered for you. Then company verifies it and approves it, and under that the agent is verified, approves and verified under that particular company. Then here comes the customer journey. So there are two parts. First is policy purchase flow and second is claim process flow. So first the customer same logs in through the Web3 or then the KYC verification will happen. Then customer sees the policy list which are available under that company. Then customer has free hand to choose the agent under the company. So he or she sees the agent's list of that under that company. So chooses the agent, fills the policy form, uploads the document. So we have added that while filling the form, the customer added nominees as well, his or her documents as well. So it will be easier if the nominee claims their policy in some death cases or in some incidences, accidents. Then the request goes to the agent. So agent verifies all the documents, his field information. If it is good, it sends to the company. Company approves it, and the policy becomes active. So company and agent both has rejection as well as approval thing. Then the claim process flow. The claim process flow is same as the company's policy purchase flow. So customer fills the form, then request goes to the agent, agent reviews it, then sends to the company. If fine, company approves it or rejects it. So this is the simple workflow. Then I will have the architecture. So this is the architecture diagram. So front end was built in the React. So the front end was built in the React. So users, all the three users logins through Web3 auth. So and the company creates the company's DID is created and stored on the blockchain. So the issuer is used hybrid decentralized architecture. So why we choose hybrid architecture is because that we don't want to store everything on the blockchain. So it will cost so much and it will create some overhead. So avoid that. Some information is stored in MongoDB, some information is stored in cloud, and the smart contracts, the contracts related to claim and policies are stored on chain, that is on the blockchain. So front end uses the React, then KYC policy happens. After KYC verification, the DID created. DID is just similar to our identity card. We get it in our colleges. So DID just ensures that yes, this is the under our, for example, for agent, this is explains that yes, this is this agent is under our company. So it's his identity. Similarly, the DIDs of customers created. So every individual gets their DID as their identity. Then when after the company approves the policy, the verifiable credential, the VC, is generated. So the VC simply is the digital signed document which ensures that yes, this is the digitally signed document and it is the original one. So identifying it becomes easy. So, in case we store the documents on the Cloudinary, the cloud-based platform, for the easy retrieval and the DIDs and the simple information like customers' name and the basic information is stored in the MongoDB and the centralized database. And the DIDs are stored on the IPFS. IPFS is an interplanetary file system which creates the hashes of the files, and from that the record become safe, and it cannot be tampered. So this
Arundhati, just a reminder for you, you have to wrap it up in 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the backend. Backend is in Express. So we used Ethereum Sepolia testnet for the testing. We can use Ethereum Maniac in future. Then the claim processing, same. There are two smart contracts are used, which is in Solidity. So this is our database structure we used for the for our in MongoDB storage. So in experimental setup, these are all the technologies we used. Solidity for the smart contract generation, Express for Ether.js for the interaction between backend and the blockchain layer. All these storages are Cloudinary and all. And the testing was done on the Mocha and Chai, which is JavaScript's libraries. So in results, we took scenarios, and we just took each scenario from login to the claim, and the result was successful, what we were expecting. So these are all scenarios and results. The performance is the how much time it takes. So it all maximum it takes 30 seconds for each claim processing and approval. So and the gas cost, and this is last table is about the difference between traditional system and the proposed system. So these are some limitations we faced, that is the blockchain scalability, gas fees, we had synthetic data, so about that, and the real KYC integration. So in conclusion, this is the hybrid system which was used, and the IPFS document system which keeps it safe, and also it delivers a practical and production level architecture. And in future, we will try to layer it with Polygon or AI integration for actual detection of the and verification of the documents, then real KYC integration, mobile support, and multi-insurance like health, vehicle, etc. All insurances will be covered. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Arundhati. So you said you have developed Ethsure.
Yes.
So where did you test it?
So actually, there are some Etherscan is one of the thing which actually gives you the transaction time and all that. So we did it on that. So we get the actual how much ethers will be required. So we tested on Etherscan. Then the simple backend and frontend are tested on the Mocha Chai, which are libraries of the JavaScript.
Okay, so that means it is tested on the data which is stored. You didn't check it with the live data which is available.
No, actually, it is the whole process. So from login to the policy creation, we created our own, we created our own logins, we created our own policies. So we tested on it on synthetic data.
Okay. And you used three databases. One you said Mongo, then Cloudinary and IPFS. So
Yes.
when you are actually using the system, how have you ensured the integration of these databases to get a faster result?
So basically, there are some libraries inbuilt in the node, backend libraries. So we use that. Ether.js is one of the libraries I have mentioned, which connects your blockchain with your backend. So that integrates seamless. You get seamless integration. Also, for IPFS, we used Pinata, which is also a cloud-based service, so which creates the IPFS, the hashes. So we use that, and the retrieval from that is easy.
So have you released any beta version of your this app? Or
No, ma'am, we actually working on it. We actually implementing payment methods in it. So it will be full flow, full workflow in next coming days.
Okay. And have you thought of tying up with some insurance agency to have a better scalability and or to come up with a more like a better version of it? Because if you connect, then you'll come to know more problems and challenges associated with it.
Actually, we not connected yet, but before implementing it, we talk with some agents, the insurance agents, how they actually the process happen and all, and we ensure that, like for example, if company also has to make money, so in that cases, uh, in policy only they will add their commissions and all. So this their actual workflow will not be disturbed, and just it will flow seamlessly as the actual traditional system works. Only there will be transparency in the system.
Okay. So how will you take care of the lag aspect or the delay, which is because it is taking time, as you said, and you want to make it faster.
Yes.
And moreover, if more people log in, then have you checked like how much data can it handle at one go?
Actually, we tested it on limited data as
Hmm.
it was our final year project. So we had some limitations due to also the Web3 is a new technology, is an emerging authentication system. So the documentation is not yet fully full fledged. So we had so much research on it, how it works, the wallet address generation. So we tested it on limited data sets, but we will test and we will try to connect it with multiple users logging and all.
All right, that's all from my side. Thank you,
Thank
Arundhati.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Arundhati, for presenting. So, our next presenter is Upendra Pratap Singh. Are you present in the meeting?
Yes, I'm present.
Yes, so you can start. He's here to present his paper titled as Measuring Robustness of Teacher-Student Network Using Relative Reconstruction Loss for Hyperspectral Image Classification. So I'll stop sharing my screen. You can
Okay.
start. Yeah.
Is my screen visible?
No, not yet. It is not sharing. The screen is not shared.
It should be visible by now, is it?
Yes, yes, it is visible. Communicate with comments. It's a whiteboard. Yeah.
No, it should be a present. Is the
No, no,
presentation?
it is not a presentation.
Just give me a moment. I'll connect with my laptop. It will take 30 seconds. Is it possible? I I don't think why it is not. Ishita, is it possible? Just give me 30 seconds. I'll connect via laptop.
Okay, then
Just
till
that.
then I'll proceed with the next presentation.
Okay, I'll come back.
Yeah.
Yeshita, can we have just 1 minute break? I'll just come back.
Okay, sure, sure. So I think we'll proceed with the next presentation.
Ishita,
Upender, yes,
I have joined via laptop. Can I share my screen right now?
yes, 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 yes,
Okay, thank you.
yes. I'll stop sharing. Wait. It is visible.
Is my screen?
Yes, 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 it is visible.
Okay.
Yes.
So I think let ma'am come and then we can proceed with the presentation.
You can proceed. You can proceed till then. शी
Okay, okay,
हाँ, आप
okay,
चालू कर दीजिए। Yes.
okay. So, good morning, everybody. This is my talk on paper titled Measuring Robustness of Teacher-Student Network Using Relative Reconstruction Loss for Hyperspectral Image Classification. This is going to be the outline for my work. We will begin with a basic introduction followed by mathematical background. In this mathematical background, we will also cover what novelty we have introduced in also this proposed methodology section, followed by specifics of data set pre-processing, results, and conclusion. So to begin with, when we talk about training deep learning neural networks, they're always data hungry and also resource constraints, which is why there is always a need to have smaller sized models that can work in resource constrained environments. In this direction, a promising solution is knowledge distillation, where a teacher student network is basically trained. uh, the teacher network gets trained on a large database. It is a complex model, but because obviously this particular model could not be used in a resource constraint setting, so which is why we have another smaller version of it that we call it a student model. This student model learns by itself also, and it derives information from the teacher network also to make predictions. And the beauty of this student model is that it is lightweight and therefore it could be deployed in a resource constrained environments. So in this particular work, we have proposed a robust teacher-student network. And how has this robustness been achieved? This robustness has been achieved by including something called as nuclear norm regularization. So just the basics, when we talk about a nuclear norm regularization, it is a convex relaxation of the rank function. And it basically say whenever this nuclear norm regularization is included, it ensures that my models, the parameters that the model learns, they remain robust to noise. So, for example, when edge devices are deployed, good amount of noise can come from the environment also, right? So, in those cases, it is always my requirement that whatever model I choose, that particular model must also be robust to that particular noise. And this loss term has been incorporated into the modified loss function. So, in front of distillation loss, one can see that we have modified the original loss by including alpha times the nuclear norm component. So this distillation loss comprises of soft loss, that is an indication of how much knowledge from the teacher is getting transferred to the student. It comprises of hard loss that characterizes how well the student model is behaving. And in addition to these two terms, we also have this nuclear norm regularization to ensure that whatever model parameters are learned, they remain as robust as possible. So this was the observation that we had, and because of this, we included this nuclear norm regularization. Now the next thing was how to be able to quantitatively figure out that yes, my model is indeed robust to noise in the input space or in the environment. So in this direction, we have proposed a new metric, which we call it as relative reconstruction loss. This is how it is defined. So what we do is we test our model in three different scenarios. One is the reference model. Reference model basically means that I have used my model on the original data and there is no regularization. That is my baseline, which we also call it as reference. Then we have y predict 1 comma c. That means for the different classes c, I try to find out what is the performance or what is the predictions made by the model when it is non-regularized and when there is noise in the input space. Then we have third term in this loss, which we call it as y predict 2. So this gives the predictions made by the model, which is regularized and which is also working in a noisy scenario, right? So we define this RRL as a fraction of these two quantities. So in the numerator, we have a difference term. In the denominator, we again have a difference term. So all the RRL, if the RRL value is less than 1, what does it say? It says that the numerator is less than the denominator. And what is the numerator? The numerator is the deviation of my predictions, the deviation of predictions of the regularized model in the noisy environment with respect to the baseline. Now, if this fraction becomes less than 1, that means my numerator is smaller compared to denominator, which in turn means that now my model has become much more robust because even in the presence of noise, the regularized model does not deviate much from the reference baseline. So this is what we try to establish. So for quantitatively establishing the robustness of my model to noise in the environment, this particular metric was developed. As far as data sets are concerned, we have performed our experiments on 4 benchmark data sets that are basically used for scene classification, namely US Merchant Land Use, Eurosat, AID, and WPU. They all are benchmark data sets, and most of the time researchers continue to use them. So we also have used, so for a fair comparison, we also have used these data sets. Now, as far as the pre-processing is concerned, the images from these datasets, we have applied a uniform pre-processing where the images in the different datasets, they have been resized to 32 by 32 pixels. And then we went for normalization of pixel intensities so that they are all squashed in the range of 0 to 1. So the table gives some highlights about the descriptive statistics of the different datasets. The detailed description is obviously there in the paper itself. Now, oh, again, some representative results we have put in the slides. For example, when we talk about the AID dataset, so these two curves basically talk about variation of accuracy and F1 score against alpha values. So what was alpha value? Alpha value was how much of weight we are giving to the nuclear norm term, means how much weightage we want to give to the regularization part. So what we see is that for the initial values of alpha, where we are hitting a balance between classification accuracy and robustness, we observe that the performance of my model with the nuclear norm regularization, which is marked with orange graph, that remains consistently higher as compared to the performance of my model, which is non-regularized. And obviously, beyond alpha value, it tends to decrease, and that is also expected because when we increase alpha to a large extent, that means we are trying to we are trying to focus more on the regularization part, and we are trying to focus less on the classification part. So obviously that is not the direction we should be going in. So for all practical purposes, when my regularization strength alpha remains moderate, we observe that there is a consistent that the regularized model consistently outperforms my non-regularized model. Similar trends are also observed in the variation of F1 score, which could be seen on the right hand side. So these are some representative results that we have put for the AI dataset. And as mentioned in the paper, similar results we have obtained across all the datasets. So what does it convey? It conveys that for all the datasets and for moderate values of my regularization strength alpha, the performance of my regularized model continues to be outperforming the performance of my non-regularized model. So this is
Upendra,
what I'm.
a quick reminder, you'll have to wrap up in
Yes,
one
yes,
minute.
yes, yes, just 2 slides are there. So this is uh, the conclusion is that for moderate values of alpha, my regularized model is outperforming the non-regularized model. And then we also figure, so this is one performance that I'm getting in terms of better classification. Now we also have plotted relative reconstruction loss values for the different data sets. And what we find out is that initially they tend to increase, but then they end up saturating to values less than 1. And as we have already discussed, relative reconstruction loss values less than 1, they indicate that my performance is indeed robust to noise. So now if I combine the results of the two different kinds of graphs, we observe that my regularized model not only outperforms the non-regularized model, but it also continues to quantitatively remain robust to noise in the input space. So this is what we have done to just conclude. A novel teacher-student framework has been designed to ensure that the student model that is getting deployed in a resource-constrained environment remains robust to noise in the environment. And the second contribution of this study was that to quantitatively measure the robustness, we have introduced relative reconstruction loss. So this is all from our side. These are the references that have been used in this particular study. And I think that is all from my end.
So thank you, Upendra. What I see is that you have, as you said, you have conducted the study for the loss which is there in learning between a teacher and student.
Yes,
And
yes,
that is very important. And you have taken various, I think, secondary data sets which is available.
yes, ma'am. They all are benchmark data sets. So for a
Yes.
fair comparison across different studies, we have taken
Hmm.
them.
So you have identified that and you have constructed that metric also.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I think the method wise, whatever you have done is really good. But for future, I'll suggest that if you can collect primary data and
Yes,
then
ma'am. That
test. Uh,
sure, ma'am. Sure. Ma'am, that
you,
process is underway, and it is primarily associated with the regions along the coast. So, but again, that is a work in progress. So obviously, that your decision, your comments will be, we will try to include in that study also.
because without that, you will not understand. Because India being maybe a very diverse country, there are these the universal data sets which are available may not actually apply in the context of or Indian context where there are a lot of intersectional aspects which are there,
Yes,
like
ma'am.
the geographic and
Even the
gender
distribution
and
will also be different.
yes. So I would suggest that you take up that and that will make your results more robust and valid.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, sure,
Otherwise, the study is good, which you have done. So you can take it ahead with this.
sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much, Upendra, for presenting. So next we have with us. One second, I check. Yeah. Okay, so next we have Shri Bala. Are you there in the meeting?
Yes, yes, I am.
Yes, so she's here to present her paper titled as The Impact of AI Generated Content on Instagram on Political Trust Among Youth in India. So you can start your presentation. So you have
Thank
to
you.
strictly complete it in 8 to 9 minutes so that the question and answers will get some time.
Yeah, sure.
The basic idea is obviously to present the idea, so 8 to 9 minutes is enough for that.
Yeah. Thank you, Yashita. Hope I'm audible. Let me share my screen.
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So, hi everyone. I am presenting our research on how AI generated content on Instagram affects political trust among youth in India. The study is done by using Kerala as a primary case study due to its unique position in India's digital and political landscape. Uh, Digital media has fundamentally changed how people engage with politics. While it can make things more transparent, it also allows for systemic manipulation. In regions like Kerala, AI tools help with voter branding, but also fuel polarization through deepfakes, automated trolling, and algorithmic echo chambers. Our study looks at whether these technologies reinforce trust or undermine democratic stability. For the research gap, current academic literature often ignores how AI generated visual content on Instagram affects non Western contexts. Specifically, there is a lack of focus on tech savvy youth in places like Kerala. The study fills that gap by examining how AI content, social media patterns, disinformation, and polarization collectively influence political trust. By using quantitative data, we aim to broaden the global conversation on digital media beyond Western perspectives. Now, over to the methodology. We have a cross sectional quantitative survey design targeting residents at the age 15 to 29, aligning with India's national youth policy. A stratified random sample of 302 respondents, ensuring demographic representation by age and gender, preceded by a 50% pilot study for the instrument refinement. Data was collected via Google Forms using standardized 5-point Likert scale to measure the variables: social media usage, AI exposure, perceived disinformation, and political trust. To ensure the study is academically sound, we used validated measurement scales from established researchers like Jenkins, Guarneri, Grassini, and Lindner, etc. We processed our data using FPSs in 3 phases. First, we tested reliability using Cronbach's alpha. Second, we used Pearson's coefficient to find correlations between variables. Finally, we ran a multiple linear regression to see which factors actually predict political trust. Our main variables are social media usage, AI exposure, perceived disinformation, and political polarization. Our sample of 302 youth showed an even age distribution with 48% female and 44% male participation. All our scales were reliable with Cronbach's alpha score above 0.70. The Pearson analysis showed significant positive correlation between all variables. The strongest relationship was between AI exposure and disinformation, followed closely by the link between disinformation and political polarization. Our regression model identified political polarization and perceived disinformation as the strongest positive predictors of political trust. Interestingly, AI exposure did not directly predict trust. This suggests that the AI's impact is indirect. It acts as an accelerant for disinformation rather than a direct driver of trust. These results are counterintuitive. In this sample, higher levels of polarization and disinformation actually led to increased political trust. We would like to call it the Kerala paradox. In Kerala's highly literate and ideological environment, polarization reflects deep-seated loyalty to a political bloc rather than a lack of trust. Youth here are media literate. They can identify disinformation without losing faith in their preferred institutions. AI exposure simply speeds up these existing trends. Essentially, AI acts as a tool within a polarized system, not a force that creates trust or distrust on its own. To conclude, this study proves that Western political theories do not always apply to Kerala's unique socio-political context. Among Kerala's youth, political polarization and perceived disinformation correlate positively with political trust, contradicting established global trends. These findings indicate that political trust in this region is fundamentally driven by robust partisan identities and a deeply polarized political culture. This research provides a new perspective for future publication on digital democracy. Thank you.
Thank you, Sri Bala. Just one question. You have used multiple validated scale to collect the survey data.
Yes.
So all these tales I could see are from Western origin.
Yes.
So did you validate them in Indian context? Did you adapt the scale or use them as they were?
We actually used the scale and did a pilot study with 50 people before giving the full rollout. So from the results, it was like there was actually it was usable. Like there was a Cronbach's alpha of above 0.70, so it was applicable, and it felt we could use that.
Okay. And how did you identify the respondents?
We used a stratified random sampling, and we shared the Google Forms to our peers friends and everyone under the age group. So yeah.
So how did you when you were sharing with your friends and all, it doesn't remain stratified. So what were your strata?
We categorized the age group like 15 to 9. We made it like three different groups: 15 to 19, 20 to 24, and 25 to 29. And then we shared it across the specific stratas based on like in schools and colleges, and and from there we collected the data.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's all from my side.
Okay, so for the next presentation, we have Roberto. Is he here? Let me check once. Yes, he's there in the meeting. Roberto, can you hear me? Okay, so I think he's not here. So we will take the one earlier presentation which was not done, which is Maulik Kumar Pandya to present his paper titled as Coordinated Control of SVC and TCS with Renewable Energy Penetration for Voltage Profile Improvement. So, sir, are you there? Uh, yes, you are. You can start sharing your screen. Your video is blurred. Your voice is not audible actually. No, it is the voice is also very blurry. So till then, Roberto, are you able to hear me?
Yes. Here?
Yes, yes. So you can
Sorry.
start presenting
My
your
signal is
paper.
not good. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you can start presenting. Till then, Pandya sir, you can resolve your issue and come back.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Roberto, you can start.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. A few minutes. Uh,
Your screen is visible. You can start, I guess.
the screen is clear?
Yes, it is clear. You can start.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Thank you, everyone. My name is Roberto Tomahu. The theme of my paper is traveler adoption of AI voice assistant.
Okay, sorry to interrupt you. You have to complete in 8 to 9 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
The first author is Mr. Triwana from Hotel Management Department, Faculty of Digital Communication and Hotel Tourism, Bina Nusantara University, Jakarta, Indonesia, and I, Roberto Tomaho from Management Department, Faculty of Economy and Business, Utpadaka Swastika University. The agenda is the first research background and problem formula. The second, theoretical foundation and hypothesis. The third, research methodology. And the last, result discussion and conclusion. Research background and problem for formulation. AI voice assistant as emerging decision support system in travel, uneven adoption of AI voice assistant. and the role of trust, research, objective, and contribution. AI, sorry, AI voice assistant like Siri, Google Assistant, and Alexa have evolved from simple command tools into sophisticated decision support system. In travel, they assist with itinerary planning, destination selection, and real-time problem solving under uncertainty. In natural language processing and context awareness, leverage NLP and continuous learning from dynamic, personalized, and recommendation. In trust as a critical factor, users must believe AI is reliable and aligned with their interests before delegating decision. And the last, high-stake travel decision. Travel involves cost, time, and experiential outcomes, implying the role of trust. And next, uneven adoption and trust. Many users remaining skeptical, treating voice assistant as supplementary tools only. Perceived intelligence, explainability, and consistency shape trust information. And third, technological capability alone is insufficient. Trust-mediated system feature and behavior trust act a critical cognitive mechanism bridging capability and adoption. And next, research objective. In stimulus with decision support capability. Extend the SS literature by examination AI voice assistant as interactive voice-based decision support system rather than simple retrieval tools. In organism, trust in AI, advanced human AI interaction research by clarifying trust as a cognitive mechanism enabling reliance on AI recommendation. And then respond adoption intention with demonstrated the decision context condition, how trust translate into adoption, emphasizing context-aware AI design. Theoretical foundation and hypothesis. In theoretical foundation, AI voice assistant as intelligent travel DSS trust a cognitive mechanism is AI-based decision support, trust adoption intention, and the moderating role of decision context. In intelligent travel, AI voice assistant integrated NLP, contextual awareness, and real-time data synthesis to support traveler across multiple decision states, from shared to evaluation and execution. Accuracy and relevance. Evaluated on precision, contextual fit, timeless, and personalization of information output. Cognitive effort reduction reduces information overload and uncertainty in complex multi-alternative travel decision. In decision partner perception, when travel perceive AI as capable of understanding preference, they view it as a legitimate partner. And SOR, stimulus role, perceive capability initiated psychological response, experientially trust driving behavioral outcomes. And then trust as cognitive mechanism. Within the SOR framework, trust is an organism-level cognitive state mediating technological stimuli and behavioral responses. It reflects belief about AI reliability, competence, and integrity. In reliability, consistent and dependently system output over time. In competence, accuracy, accuracy, contextual relevance, and personalization of output. In integrity, users believe AI acts in their best interest. The first hypothesis, perceived decision support capability positively influence trust in AI voice assistant for travel decision making. Trust and decision competition context. Trust reduce perceived uncertainty and increase willingness to rely on AI-generated advice. Whoever decision context individual and collaborative moderates this relation. In individual decision context, users bears full responsibility for outcome and depend more heavily of AI recommendation. Trust becomes a stronger determinant and adoption intention. In collaborative decision context, AI output evaluated alongside human discussion and consensus building, potentially weakening the influence of trust on adoption. Research and methodology with this paper, research design, sample and data collection, measurement, and contracts operationalization data analysis approach using PLSM. Research design and system. Aspect detailed design, quantitative, cross-sectional survey, target with user of Siri, Google Assistant, and or Alexa for travel decision. For sampling, with purposive with screening question for relevance and distribution online via social media, travel communities, academic network. Valid response 286 extending PLSM minimum threshold. Grouping is solo and grouping traveler. Demographic balance gender majority 25 until 34 years. High educational attainment. And analysis with PLSM with multi-group analysis. Measurement, decision support capability, trust in AI voice assistant, and adoption intention. Measure user perception of system accuracy, contextual relevance, responsiveness, and personalization. Multi-item reflects scale on 5-point with Likert. Moderator decision context solo and group travel category variable reflects. And then PLSM analysis, measurement model, structure model, and multi-group analysis like this. The model, BDSC, and first hypothesis to trust, and trust to adoption intention is a second hypothesis, and a moderation is with decision context. Result discussion and conclusion. Assessment criterion result indicator outer loading is more than 0.70, extended result, internal consistent composite reliability more than 0.70, all above 0.70, convergent validity under of 0.5, all above 0.5. Discriminant validity, HTMT below cutoff, confirm. In first hypothesis capability, trust significant positive path. In second hypothesis, trust adoption significant positive path. In third hypothesis, contact moderation stronger in individual supported predictive relevance via blindfolding is confirmed. Discussion and finding beyond use of no a certain extent confident in system competence and reliability. Context matter, AI assume a more prominent cognitive role in individual travel context. Collaborative integration in group setting, AI recommendation are weighted along human discussion. In design implication, AI systems should adapt different decision environment for optimal trust. In conclusion, trust is the central cognitive mechanism driving adoption. Perceived capability and enhance trust with increased adoption intention confirm SOR. Apply capability in AI-mediated travel context. Implication, AI voice assistant should adopt a feature for both individual and collaborative decision-making, context-aware design, enhance trust and adoption. Insight transfer to other high certainty domain. In future research, I have explore longitudinal adoption behavior, incorporate additional contextual variable, and examine AI-based decision support system. Enhancing travel through trustworthy AI. This study examines how AI voice assistant serve decision support system for traveler. Trust is the central mechanism bridging the technology capability and adoption. Fostering trust and understanding context-specific factor will be essential to improve adoption and enhancing traveler experience with AI technology. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Roberto.
Yes, thank you, Roberto. Just one question as we are running short of time.
Sorry, yeah.
This you have you are talking about AI voice assistant while
Yeah.
traveling. So, why do you think AI voice assistance is required when you have lot of information available, even when you Google it or you have the generative AI models which can answer your queries? Why this AI voice assistant adoption you are talking about specifically?
Specifically, yeah, thank you, Mr. The AI assistant is very important in Indonesia, especially because Indonesia many destination can help the traveler, and like me in not fluently in English, AI can help the traveler to many destination in Indonesia with AI like this.
And is your voice assistant which you have are like can understand the accent and all? Have they been adapted to Indonesian accent?
I think Mr. Triwiana is no, yeah, and the first author is understand because he is in faculty of travel, yeah, and I
Okay.
just management management school. I collaborative in data processing and to
All right.
make
Understood. Understood. It's
people.
okay.
Sorry.
That's all. That's all from my side. Thank you so much.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you, Roberto. So
Thank
let's
you.
move on to the last presentation for today. Pandya sir, are you back with the issue resolved?
Ma'am, can you hear me? I have the same mic
Yes.
as the
Yes,
same.
yes.
So
No,
can I
no,
share?
your voice is audible clearly now.
Okay, so I'm just sharing.
Yes, I'll stop it. Wait. Yeah, you can start.
Is it visible
Yes,
now?
it is visible. You can start. You have
Yeah.
8 to 9 minutes, and then
No
we
problem.
will be end ending the session.
Sure, ma'am. Thank
Yeah.
you. Good morning, everyone. Myself, Maulik Pandya from Electrical Engineering Department from Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Actually, my topic is related to circuit and networks. The title is Coordinated Control of SVC and TCSC with Renewable Energy Penetration for Voltage Profile Improvement. Actually, this paper studying about flexible AC transmission system. As many of you are from computer background, I'm from electrical background. This paper is about our transmission line. When we have to make any function for the smooth power flow, for the stability of power, which includes stability of voltage, stability of current, we are using FETs devices, which is ultimately known as flexible AC transmission system. It is nowadays, or from since many years, is area of research in electrical engineering. Over here, as this conference is related to some artificial intelligence data, so one of the technique which is known as particle swarm optimization, which is algorithm which has been implemented to design the parameter of two of the FETs device. Actually, the title contains SVC and TCSC, which is static var compensator and thyristor controlled series capacitor, are a sort of FETs devices. Further moving, if what SVC is doing is voltage stability and thyristor control series capacitor is just connecting in series with the line, as we know that there are only two types of connection, series connection and parallel connection. So in series, it is going to control the current, whereas SVC is going to control the voltage. But when I'm going to tuning both of the devices with the help of any AI based algorithm or any optimization based algorithm, then what are the tuning parameters and what are the results we are getting? That is in this paper. So this paper investigate a coordinated control strategy of both the device for improving voltage profile. Over here, I have only taken how voltages are going to be within limit in transmission network with high renewable energy integration. Over here, we have also taken renewable energy aspects. Nowadays, we know that energy is generating from solar energy, wind energy, and all other renewable energy sources. So apart from our conventional transmission line or the system, whenever I'm going to insert some renewable energy, then how this phenomena of voltage stability is going to be affected in FETs device has been presented. I have just summarized what we have done. And finally, we have seen that coordinated control will improve the system dependability and power transfer capability in addition to reducing voltage variation. So just I'm moving fast. This is presentation outline. Flexible AC transmission system is incorporating power electronics devices, so which can control the power system parameters as well as increase the power transfer capability. For information to everyone, power transfer capability in India is hardly 30 to 40%. What we are sending the power from the generating station at the receiving end or whatever we are utilizing hardly 30 to 40%. All other are in the loss. So we require some flexible AC transmission system. AC transmission system incorporating controllable series compensation and controllable shunt compensation are known as FETs, flexible AC transmission system. If I'm moving shunt compensation, voltage will be controlled, and if I make series compensation, power flow will be controlled, which ultimately indicates our current. And if I'm going to use both the shunt and series compensation, we may have dynamic performance of the system. So finally, the power electronics based controllers, which are going to provide the control of one parameter or more than one parameter, they are known as FLEX controller, flexible AC transmission system controller. In the coordinated control, the meaning is what? If one of the devices is going to control voltage, if other device is going to control the current, but if I'm going to connect both the device in any one of the system, then there may be the effect on the power system because both the devices may have adverse effect. So the controllers have to be tuned simultaneously to get the overall improvement of the system or to get the overall effect of the system, because all the controllers or all the flexible effects devices, whatever we are putting, they are available on the measurement of the local quantities like voltage, like current, like power flow, like reactance, and they will act independently on individual FACS devices. So there should not be any adverse interaction. That's why the word over here is coordination of the same. This is static VAR compensator. This is just diagram how it can regulate the voltage, how it can control the reactive power. This is thyristor controlled series capacitor. In the transmission line, this device is going to be connected in series. So ultimately it will react as compensator by reshaping the reactance of the transmission line. Renewable impact. Once we are going to put any of the renewable devices in our transmission line, then it major concept is about voltage instability because they are intermittent in nature. If there is a solar energy, if there is a wind energy, so if we are only depending on solar energy, then the energy which we require cannot be generated. So that's why the penetration of renewable energy has to be taken into consideration while we are making a coordinated control. So over here, we have to check about voltage swings, frequency issues, and imbalances. Because as I have told earlier, there will be higher transmission loss and there will be poor voltage regulation. Whatever we are sending and we are not getting at the receiving end. For the same, whatever we have used is particle swarm optimization. This is in general we have written about PS algorithm. So to take this optimization problem, we have to model the SVC, which is based on its susceptance. We have to model the TCSC based on its reactive impedance. And I have to take voltage stability index. All these three parameters is showing us that how our particle swarm optimization is going to be work. And as we know, if I'm going to take any of the optimization problem, there should be some constraints which need to be followed. I have written the constraints. So in the simulation work or to show the effect of the same, we have taken standard 14 bus system with the data which we have written. We have wind generation is connected at this bus and photovoltaic generation at bus 40. Ultimately, we have taken three cases, 0% penetration, that means no renewable energy generation. Our conventional generator, 20% penetration and 40% penetration. This is our multi-objective function, whereas W1, W2, W3. Optimization problem is to minimize system voltage deviation, overloading, and L index, that is line index, transmission line index. As I have told earlier, decision variable will be susceptance and reactance of thyristor controlled series compensator. So what we have observed as that voltage pre and post, the voltage level has been, I just wish to inform that our voltages should be within 0.95 to 1.05. This is per unit value, per unit. In generally, not 440 volt, not 220 volt, not 11 kV, 33 kV. We have designed per unit voltage. These are the system level performance indices. We have seen that losses, active power loss and reactive power loss has been also decreased. The same has been represented in graph, that the line index pre-coordination and post-coordination. Similarly, voltage stability index, reactive power flow comparison, all our load, we have to consideration source and load. All our load are inductive or reactive in nature. So I have to compensate the reactive power also. Same has been affected or same has been improved. These are branch flow as I have shown, power flow. So ultimately I have shown three things: voltage stability, reactive power compensation, and line loading, ultimately power flow of the line. So finally, conclusion is that by tuning proper effects controller with particle swarm optimization, we can get our desirable parameter. Over here, again, I'm telling that we have taken voltage stability constraint because coordinated control strategy not only mitigates the adverse effect of the renewable intermittency, but it also strengthens grid's dynamic response and operating reliability. Because in electrical engineering, power system must be reliable, power system must be flexible. Mm. So this from my side. Thank you. I have just gone fast as this topic is from electrical engineering. Uh, I wish if someone have question. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you, Maulik. Uh, just one question. How have you defined voltage profile? What are the
Actually, ma'am,
variables which you used to define the voltage profile?
Actually, madam, what happens that whatever the voltage has been generated at the generating station, we have that particular amount of voltage at sending end side. And when we are going to utilize, it is known as receiving end voltage. So from sending end to receiving end, my transmission line can be 100 kilometer long, 200 kilometer long, and 500 kilometer long. Whatever you are asking is about the line parameter. So line parameter is line reactance as well as line resistance and line capacitance. Whereas line resistance is normally negligible. So we have designed line reactance. I have shown as XTCSC. X is the symbol of reactance of the line. So using PSO, we have controlled that. We have to give an algorithm for this.
And how does it help?
Actually, ma'am, it helps that, let I say, I have to improve voltage stability. So I have to design the parameter for voltage control. So my problem of voltage will be solved. But another problem of current may arise. So I have to put another device which is going to control the current. Then my third problem is going to arise about power flow. Whatever desired power flow is not doing so. Then I have to put the third equipment or third flexible FACS devices, flexible AC transmission device. So we have put all the device and then we have make a coordination of the same using particle sum optimization, which is optimization based technique.
All right, understood.
Yeah.
I think that's all from my side.
Yeah, thank
Okay,
you.
so this was the last presentation for today, and we have come to the end of this session. So I sincerely thank all our authors for their excellent presentations and their valuable contributions, all the participants for being an important part of this international conference. I truly hope that this session was insightful, engaging, and inspiring for everybody. So on behalf of the entire team, we thank you for your continued support, not just for this 11th edition, but for all the previous 10 editions of ICTIS. So we look forward to welcoming you again in the 12th version in 2027 as well. All presenters will receive their digital certificates via email within 2 working days, and the publication will be live within 7 to 8 months. So, we kindly request your cooperation with the team. I would also like to extend my sincere thanks to our session chair, Dr. Hemlata Gaikwad ma'am, for expertly chairing this session. And this is a small token of appreciation on behalf of Team ICTCS and Global Knowledge Research Foundation and partners. Thank you all once again for your valuable presence here. And before we wrap up this session, let's capture this memory. I kindly request everybody to switch on your cameras for a group snapshot of this conference. So, 1 second.
Thank you, Yashita.
Thank you, ma'am.
And it was great learning from all the participants.
Yeah, surely. I request everybody to please turn on the cameras. Okay, yeah. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Stay safe. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah.